All righty, gang. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody got their fidget spinners?
Everybody got one?
Okay.
Sunshine.
All right. We can't pass this up here. All right, everybody get out your fidget spinners. Come on. We got to take a picture of this. Come on. How often are we going to do this crazy stuff, right? So you're going to take a picture.
Where's all my phones?
Yep. Take some pictures. I don't know how you're going to do that.
I want to get in here.
Yeah, let's go in the back. Come on, let's go in the back. Come on, Joe's even going to spin one if he has one. You know?
Okay.
All right. Should we spin them? Does that mess up the photo?
Yeah, sure. No, let's do it. I'm going to take a video.
Oh, video's even better. Look at that. There we go. Now we're talking. Yippee, yippee, ki-yay. Can't finish that. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. All right, we're good? All right, that's enough. Let's not get crazy. Come on. We don't want this to go too far, you know? All right. All right, we're done with this. Now we got a whole bunch of it is. All right. Did I lose my clicker already? I probably did. Here it is. All righty, kids. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? All right. Yes, I think it's picture and video. Video both. Okay. We're good? Okay. We expect this every time.
For a Popeye gift, it's $1.
Wow.
And look how excited you
And throw your little thingy on here, you know?
Yeah,
Right? How crazy is this? There you go. All righty, gang. Good morning. We got a jam-packed meeting today. Lots of stuff. I invited 4 or 5 commercial agents, but their schedules change. You know, these commercial guys are a little weird. I'm just saying, you know, in a nice way, of course. But we have Joe, we have Mary. That's all we need. Okay. So they're gonna come up in a couple of minutes. A couple of things I want to show you. This is today's RJ. I'm not promoting you by the paper. I'm just promoting you go to their website and click on housing, business and housing. And this is the article from today. There was another article yesterday about for the month of March. So the first week of the month, go here, go to business, hit housing. There's always an article about the prior month. And the president, Mary, for 12 months last year, was interviewed for that article. Now it's George. Okay? So these are little things you should be keeping and sending out to your database. Okay? So lvrj.com.
Mary's a lot easier to get a hold of than George.
George who? Who? George who? George? I don't know who George is. George is a good guy. George is doing fine. All right, kids, let's get into what we got to get into here. How do I do this? I go to, shit. I think I noticed by now. What am I clicking on? Slideshow? There we go. Okay. All righty, gang. There they are. Fareed, Miriam's in Denver, and I think Fareed is in Dubai or somewhere. So
Look at that picture right there.
there you go. Okay, a lot of pictures. Okay, you good? Got it? Okay. Really important. We need you guys to participate for one day. It's Thursday, May 1st, 11 to 2. It'll probably be 10 to 5. We'll probably be there most of the day. Kuba's going to be there. Pat Kelly, the president's going to be there. No relation to me. Really good guy. And we actually, the city of Henderson and city of Las Vegas, we got a proclamation. It's going to be Realty One Day in Henderson and in Las Vegas on that day. So I don't know, we might get on the news. May 1st, Thursday.
Green Valley office?
No, we'll bring the office here. No, yeah, we're going it there. We're doing it in Green Valley, yes. We're doing it in Green Valley. That's where we got to go. So they try to alternate it, okay? So Green Valley, it'll be a lot of fun. If you want a T-shirt, you got to email Vianney. She'll put them on a list. We have like 25 T-shirts or so. So the first 25, if you show up, you're going to get a T-shirt. If you show up at 11:05 and you're in the top 25, you're not going to get a T-shirt. We're going to give it to number 26. So you got to get there on time, okay? You're not going to show up 3 hours late. And where's my T-shirt, Tim? You know, no. You got to get there before 11 if you want a T-shirt, okay? And they're kind of cool, okay? What else we got here? There they are, mentees of the month. There's Liz. There she is. Isis, I don't think is here. No, Isis is not here. So Liz had a great month, closed the first 2 deals. My generic $1 Million Club. Without Suzanne, I'm a little lost. Okay, me and Vianney haven't quite figured out the real good one, but this is good enough. This is all of the agents in Las Vegas, just so you know. But the ones I highlighted are ours. So I think we have, you know, more than the other 3 offices, right? Is that a Carrie Meyer sighting up there? Oh, there you go, Carrie. Yeah. Yes. Who else is here? Damon's here. Roy was here earlier. Who else is Judy? Judy. Doug Miller. Where's Doug Miller? How long you been doing this? 40, 45 years?
Yeah, about
Something like that? Yeah, a long time, right? Good job. Good job there, Doug. Don't forget, Mark has a new license. Please use this. If you use the old one, compliance is going to reject it. And you're going to get pissed at me. No. You have to use this one. 43027. Okay? And his broker number is pretty easy. You could just put B37100 if you want. B37100, that's good enough. If you don't remember all the corp and the zeros, okay? Thank you. We have 309 people on the Summerlin Facebook, YouTube channel. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll have a little Rocco's Pizza celebration. So if you're around tomorrow, Friday, we'll have a bunch of pizza coming in and all that kind of good stuff, okay? All right, gang, we're going to get right to our favorite home warranty gal today. She's our favorite one today, okay? Nora, with a great breakfast.
Thank you. Good to see everyone. Thanks. Enjoy your little flowers. So a couple things. I went a little. I guess I went MIA on Monday.
People were looking for you.
I was at the LVR golf tournament, charity tournament, and I got halfway. I live here in Summerlin. I got halfway to where really far away, wherever that golf course was, and I realized I'd forgotten my work phone because I have two phones, and I usually think if I have one, I have both, but not that day. So I went a little MIA. So I really wanted you to know that we have a Realtor Concierge phone number, this right here. You should just put it under my number that's saved in your phone. The Realtor Concierge is a dedicated line for realtors.
Oh, you're gonna move this?
It's a specific line just for you, and they can do just about everything. It's the number I call when I'm trying to work on something for you. So if you can't get a hold of me, you don't need to put it on Facebook, are you okay, or call Tim. Call the Realtor Concierge, there's usually almost no wait, and they can immediately
We'll go
assist
from
you
one
with just
to,
about anything, okay?
guess,
So that's
23?
one thing. The other thing is,
25? Oh, 18, right.
this comes up a lot. Let me see, sorry guys, I wasn't prepared this morning. This just kind of came up. So on our order form right here, in this top corner, the Shield Assurance, it tells you everything that we cover. We cover rust and corrosion. We cover, we don't care how old the system is. So if you ever have any question about what's covered, it's right on here. And I use this every time I'm trying to advocate for you and your clients on a denial. I go back to this little list. That's the other thing. Lastly, who can tell me on Shield Complete, our top coverage, what are the two options that a buyer has that they get for free for services?
Reaching an AC.
Yes. So thank you. You went up flower.
Pick a color. Pick a color.
I'll tell you, I talk to buyers every single day, multiple times a day. When I tell them about the Rekey service, they absolutely love it. It's the first positive experience that they have with their home warranty. They don't have to wait for something to break down to use it. And then I explain to them,
Hi, hi, hi. Come on down.
I explain the feature on the app. What's the feature on the app now?
Good, no problem.
Virtually show them what's wrong and they can help you
So-
before having to put it in.
Think telehealth for your home, right? Telehealth for your house, right? We've all done, or heard someone that's done a video chat with a doctor. You can get on with American Home Shield, when you're a member with us, you can get on a live video chat with a contractor for free, before you make a claim. So I can tell you, up to today, 32% of the people that have called in, we've been able to help them DIY the breakdown, saving them time and money. Again, especially your millennial buyers, they love the idea of being able to have somebody help them walk through a DIY. That's my third thing. And I think that's all I have, but you guys know where to find me, right? That's my number. Hopefully I'm saved in your phone. If you can't find me, there's the Realtor Concierge. We have a couple more weeks for spring tune-up, but again, if you're looking for a reason to reach out to your sphere, getting an HVAC tune-up is a great reason, especially if you have clients that closed in November, December, January, February. The home inspector did not turn on the AC. It's gonna be hot this weekend. and people are gonna, we've already started to see HVAC claims come in. And if they haven't turned on their AC and it wasn't expected, they're the perfect candidate for an HVAC tune-up. If they don't have a home warranty, I hear it on the radio all the time, there's like every contractor in town is offering an HVAC tune-up for a minimal cost, and it will save them a lot of pain and frustration before it gets super, super high. So, any questions? Okay, thank you.
Nora, good job as always, everybody.
See you, everybody.
All right, before Nora leaves, she's going to pick a number. Just so you know, there's 35 of you in here. I counted. How many of you put your name on the sheet? Half of you. 18. I'm just saying, you're missing out on valuable gifts here, gang. I mean, this is, you know, I mean, a T-shirt in a bag. It's really, it's legit. So pick a number. Number 8. 1 to 18. Number 8. The winner is.
Tamiko.
Oh. But you know, we need clarification from the judges.
All right, because I'm not in this.
She works in the Northwest office, guys.
I brought treats.
She did. That's all right.
I like the little
She works
yogurt
for
things that
Northwest, she works in the Northwest office, but she still came to.
Yeah, that a girl to me. Good job. All right.
Thank you, Nora.
Bye, Nora. Bye. Love the flowers. All right, gang, some things real quick. We all know what this is. You know, we're proud of this. 2024, number one company, $2 billion. We had to pay a big fine because of that, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Some numbers real quick. We're over 6,000 single-family homes in ER status. That's the highest it's been in a long time, okay? And one thing that I found out, and I got to thank Damon for this. I hate thanking Damon all the time, Jesus. But last week, that was 5,500. So very seldom do we get 500 brand new single-family homes in 7 days. But what happens in MLS when you click active SFR, and I always would click detached, right? Single family is detached, right? And I get 5,500 homes. He goes, Tim, we have agents, not Realty One Group agents, that will click attached by mistake or on purpose and make it a single family. So I clicked attached and detached, and I got 6,000 single family homes. So just be careful. Some of them might not be single family homes. They could be a condo or whatever. But as of this morning, 6,000 single family homes. Compared to last year, we had 3,400. Wow. I mean, that's kind of insane. And last year, the median price was $469, and the median price now, way to go with the clicker, Tim, $485.
So will that cause the home prices to go down?
Ask someone that's smarter than me. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yes.
You would think, but it hasn't happened yet.
No, it's going up.
We
You go-
have no inventory, no land, and we have all these awesome things coming, like the Summerlin, Hollywood and all that.
Yeah.
I don't think prices.
I think the RJ, in the article today in the RJ, it said since January, so it's December, we've been at 485.
Everyone that keeps telling their clients to wait, look at what you've done to them for the past 3 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is. It's crazy. So the other thing that's good, Patrick will like this. This went down from 42 to 36. So that's a good thing, right? I mean, days on market. So that's a really good thing, okay? What else we got here? That's last year, April. You can always refer back to that. All right, gang. It seems like in the last 2 months, me and Wendy are getting 3 or 4 calls a week to do a commercial deal or buy a business like Jen Weinberg does. Or Tim, a doctor's coming to town, he wants to lease office space, or so-and-so wants to buy a building for storage. That's a commercial deal. And very few of you can do that legally without getting sued and getting in trouble, and our E&O insurance not covering you because you've never done one before. That's where Mary Jo, Fareed, Miriam, and other agents get involved. So we have a bunch of questions for them. Hopefully you guys do too. But if I had a commercial deal today, I wouldn't do it. I'd give it to somebody, another agent, and get a referral fee. Okay? There's too much stuff I can mess up. In 17 years, I could still mess stuff up. You know, there is no MLS for commercial. There's no RPA for commercial. There's not a lot of stuff for commercial. You know, it's kind of in its own little world in dot loop and property line still around. Rexy, yeah, you know, and it's different. It's a different animal. So when agents say, "Oh, Tim, I don't want to call Mary or Joe," I mean, they want 75% of the commission. Be glad you're getting a referral fee. okay? And you're really not part of the deal. So if something goes sideways, Mary's going to get in trouble. They're going to sue Joe. They're not going to sue you. You know, you just did the referral. But they'll teach you through the process how this stuff works. So, ladies and gentlemen, bring up Joe Pessin and Mary Perry. Come on, gang. Come on and have a seat. Come on, Mary. Come on. All right. We're good? There it is. Look at those two. Isn't that nice? You know? How long have both of you been with Realty One Group again? Mary, when did you start at Realty One? Okay.
19 years ago.
Joe, 12, 15, something like that? Okay.
Can you find out the year and then I'll know for sure?
Yeah, we can dig that out. Can we get you guys some coffee or something? Yeah. Carrie, do you want coffee or something? You and Elaine or a little, no? Okay, you know, okay, just checking, okay. All right, okay, we got some questions for you guys. They haven't seen these questions yet, so hopefully we'll scare them a little bit here.
We have seats up front, right here.
Yeah, it is. Well, huh? Yeah. Quickly, Joe and Mary, go 30, 45 seconds. How long a realtor? How long doing commercial? That kind of stuff. Or Mary.
I've been licensed since 1989. I started out only doing homes, and I teamed up with a commercial agent because one of my clients wanted to buy an apartment building, and I got scammed. And from there, I kind of learned myself how to do commercial. I've been doing it on and off for 30-something years.
I know.
I'm gonna stay on task, I like to talk, so go ahead.
I got my license in 1992. I did my first land deal in 1995 and have never looked back. It's such a more enjoyable type of real estate for me than homes. So, you know, my family's been around a while. We do a lot of homes. That's just part of it, but I've really leaned into land and investment, leasing, commercial sales ever since.
So if one of the newer agents, or even experienced agents, has a client that wants to lease, 10,000 square feet, okay? What do they come to you with?
So, they just come and talk to me or Joe, I mean,
Mhm.
they're both amazing, I love Joe, we've been friends for a long time. Commercial is a whole different ballgame. First of all, it's not regulated. If you don't know what you're doing, it's so easy to get sued, and these commercial agents, they're aggressive. You won't get paid. You can do all this work, if you don't do it correct, you will never get paid. It's no MLS, it's a whole different, situation where you have to put in a letter of intent. But your clients that are commercial clients, they're I believe they're more educated than someone buying a home. So if you slip up and you make a big mistake, you're getting sued. There's no question about it. But more importantly, I always have some agents that are like, well, I don't want to give a referral fee, I'll do it myself. And they come to me later on that they never got paid because they didn't do it correctly. And the listing agent took all the commission. I mean, I'm sure you hear that all the time. I mean, the number one thing you want to do is make sure you don't get sued, no matter what you do. When you're doing residential or commercial, you always got to protect yourself. But with commercial, it's not like you go to the board, you could go to LVR, you could go to it's a whole different ballgame.
I had a broker years ago tell me, every commercial deal you do, plan on going to court. If you operate, you're gonna end up in court, and you're gonna stay in the lines. And that, obviously, thank God, never had to go to court, but like Mary said, it's a completely different style of business. The expectations are different. The buyer needs, the seller needs, everything is different than residential. And you have to understand the scope of work you're doing. And yes, the liability is exotic. And when I have people come to me and say they want to be part of the deal, I used to have a form that I would make people fill out saying, how much involvement do you want to be in? If you want to, and they read through it, and most of them would say, here's the referral, I don't want anything. Because the minute your name is on the deal, you're liable for it, good, bad, or otherwise. And without the experience, know what you're doing, if I was starting out brand new, I would never take on that kind of risk. I might want to learn, and there's obviously protocols here where people can learn. But to just go in willy-nilly and wing it, to me, it's just, the dangers are just too great. And the courts don't care. They make no exception if you're new or you don't understand what you're doing. I've seen people just get whacked, and it's awful when that happens. But you have to know what you're getting involved in.
Tim, I know
It's
you
not
have a
for
lot of
everyone.
questions before you ask those, because I swear I'm trying to stay on
You're good.
track. If
You're okay.
You guys are also thinking like it's a residential where you put in an offer and you're gonna get paid in 45 days. You hear them laughing, that's not gonna happen. Sometimes you could wait 2-3 years, and it just depends on the closing, the letter of intent. Sometimes, you know, the person that's selling the buildings, like, you're not gonna get paid until this happens. So it's all about negotiation. And again, it's not a fill in the blank. And then when you get that 40, 50, 400 page contract back from the
The-
seller or what, you have to make sure everything is correct. It's not, again, a 14-page RPA. This is like a whole nother ballgame.
So with that, Mary, how many deals that you guys are involved with where either side has a lawyer representing them? Is it common?
All the time.
Yeah, okay, there you go, okay. Everyone, right?
If I could.
Yeah, usually the other team, they're like, oh, they have eight attorneys, they have 8 different, I've saved so many deals by, these commercial agents, they're very, very strong-minded, and they have these personalities. Like, if Francois called and says, hey, you know, blah, 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 I have a commercial deal, they won't even speak to her if they don't know her. Don't you feel that's the same way?
100%. And I've actually had agents tell me over the years, until I got to know you and know that you know what you're doing, you're just another residential agent that is just not even worth my
They won't
time.
even
I've-
answer,
I've-
they won't even answer.
I've
the
had
phone.
people sit in my office, I don't know anyone in this room that's done this, but I've had people sit with me and we've called on the same listing, and I have them call first, and voicemail, click, leave it, just nothing, and then I call and they pick up immediately.
Same
In
thing
a lot
as
of commercial
residential.
brokers, it's just a very, I don't know, it's kind of an incestuous little community of people that just try to stay working with the same group of people, not to be exclusive or not be inclusive, but you just want to work with people that know what they're doing. And
Yeah.
so as a commercial agent at another brokerage, when you have an agent call from what is traditionally a residential company, all they start thinking usually is, oh shit, here comes someone that doesn't know what they're doing, and I don't want the liability, I don't want the pressure. And by the way, 22 months is the longest I've waited for.
22 months, wow.
So, you get a check for 50,000, that's great, but if you divide that by 22 months,
And then there's sometimes, like, I'm doing a lease right now for a girlfriend of mine, it's 500 to 600 square feet. She wants like a nail salon for 3 years. There's no, what am I gonna make?
I
$3,000?
closed a lot in Pahrump and my commission was $150.
Yeah, Joe.
So it's not like you guys, I'm just telling you.
That's pro bono pessin, we call them, you know?
The misconception that every deal is, you know, retirement is,
Yeah.
it just couldn't be further from it.
And it's funny, gang, just how you guys will complain to me or Wendy. I called Ricky at Remax and I sent the offer and no response. It's been 3 days, okay? Try calling Ricky, the commercial guy at Remax. He's gonna not even take your message. He's gonna ignore the hell out of you because he doesn't know who you are. Yeah.
I love it, just like he loves it, because it's, you know, it's something different, but it's not glamorous like everyone thinks, oh, we're commercial agents, it's so easy, we're getting paid all this money, no. You know, and it's a bigger responsibility, more attorneys are involved, and it's a bigger way to get sued.
So what should a residential hold on, Elaine, we'll ask the question towards the end. So what should a residential agent do now? Should they join CALV for $200? Should they go to the commercial classes at LVR?
We just kind of answered all that. Yes, they
Yep.
have classes at LVR.
Mhm.
Jennifer Weinberg even teaches some.
Yep.
She's the commercial president right now, which is a good friend of mine. She's also on the board. There's Key Realty classes. You can never not have enough education. I'm constantly learning, no matter what it is, residential, commercial. But I mean, just pay the $200 and do what with it? What are you guys gonna do with it if you don't even know what you're doing?
Mhm.
So to me, that would be a waste of $200 when you could refer it. And again, it's not something easy to do.
Would you agree or no?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is just really hands-on. I mean, if you go and take all these classes, but you don't have anything to apply it to, and you don't have any business to attach it to, then, I mean, you know, knowledge is great, and it's good to learn new things, but if you don't have anywhere to apply it, I mean, I guess that's just a function of how you wanna spend your time.
Yeah.
Like, if someone has a commercial lead, and they're interested, then I would, you know, recommend come talk to Mary or me or whoever you recommend them to, and talk through what does the deal look like with your involvement. I have a lot of people that say, here's a lead, mail me my check. And they're perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
And that's terrific. It doesn't, I'm gonna do the same amount of work
Way to go.
regardless. But, and then I have some people, one of them sitting in this very room right now, we're knee deep in a very large transaction. And he and I talk 15 times a day, and we're working through the deal, and God willing, it's gonna close in a few weeks, and it's been incredible. And it's, you know, not somebody that I knew prior to this deal, and we've been working great together.
Yeah.
And he's sitting right over there. So,
Yay!
you know, so there's just all different levels of involvement, and whatever someone's interest level is in being involved or not, we can accommodate that need. I have some people that say, let me just ride along and watch you do your thing. Fine too. That, you know, again, what I do is not gonna change no matter how involved the other agent is or isn't, but that's up to the person that, you know, is giving me the lead and how much they wanna be part of the
Be
process.
part of it, yeah.
And here's another thing, if Tim sends me a client and says, hey Mary, I wanna give you a referral, here's my client, he wants to buy this building and this and that, it's not like, well, okay, let's get him pre-qualified with a lender, no. You have to get him pre-qualified, and you have to ask the right questions and know if they're even able to buy. Because do you wanna spend 6 months taking them out, doing all this, doing all that, and they can't even buy the building? So we know those questions, what to ask them to know if they even qualify.
I would say out of every 10 leads, probably 3 are worth talking to, and 1 will probably do something.
I
Yeah.
say more like 15.
One at 50?
You're getting better leads than me, obviously.
It's just a lot of people, a lot of commercial prospects don't know what they don't know. These days, med spas are like a really big, like popular use. I must get 3 a week. I want to open a med spa. Okay, well, what can you afford? $1,000 a month. Okay. I mean, you know,
No money in the bank, but, you know, good
and,
luck.
and, I mean, people just don't know what they don't know.
They don't know, yeah.
So,
And commercial game, there's no MLS. There kind of is, but it's not known per se to everyone. And what's weird about it, when we get a listing, when do we have to put it on MLS? One day. They get a listing, they could tell nobody about it. Literally nobody. It could just stay in-house at that brokerage firm, and they tell nobody. And I think that's pretty common in commercial, right?
Depending on the type of commercial property, many never even make it to market. They're just off-market deals.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth. I just got an email about a 400-unit apartment building that's taking offers. That's unusual. Most of those multiplexes trade, and you never even know it was done.
It was done, right?
And
Yeah.
then there's another, you know, hey, Mary, I have an investor, they want to make 10% return on their investment. I mean, these people are just, it's not heard of. I'd buy that myself.
Yeah.
I mean, so people have to be, you have to be knowledgeable to explain to the client, well, that's not gonna happen here, right? I mean, it's just, there's just so much, but I mean, again, no, does everyone know what LOI is? Everyone knows
Letter of
that?
intent.
Right, so I mean, what they do is they talk to you, you know, these other agents talk to you to make sure you know what you're talking about, and they look for every corner of the commercial agents to pay you less than what they're making.
Yeah, so you know how it's changed since August? There's no co-op on MLS anymore, right? We have to put it in the RPA, okay? They've been doing that forever. That's how they've always been doing it.
Yeah, I mean, you
you
can
know?
ask for whatever you
Yeah.
ask for. We asked for what we thought was a fair fee on an almost $10 million deal and are being paid significantly
Less.
less than what we should be getting paid, but just the way it is.
All right, that brings up a question. Can you go to your buyer, quote unquote, not a BBRA, but you know what I'm going at, To try to get them to pay some of your commission?
Sure.
Sure,
I've
of course,
had-
right?
I've had
Yeah,
clients pay me all the time.
all the time, right?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes it's not worth it. I'm honestly.
You're not gonna do the
sometimes
deal
I'm gonna make
otherwise.
a few $100s,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I have a client, she's buying a restaurant downtown. I'm in escrow on it right now. And the seller.
Can we turn our phones off, gang, please, do you mind, or whatever, throw them in the toilet, do something?
It's
you
such
know?
a great location. The seller didn't want to pay me, so I put it in that the buyer's gonna pay me. And since I got involved, I saved my client $80,000. I think I'm only getting paid, it's a girlfriend of mine, $5,000. But then something happened and the owner's like, oh, blah, 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 can you get a hold of your clients? I go, oh, now you want to reach out to me? Remember you didn't want to pay me? So now it got switched, and now he's paying me as well, and I'm gonna lessen what my girlfriend's gonna pay me. But I mean, everything is a negotiation.
Yeah.
And
When?
you gotta be a good negotiator in it.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, I have a question. I know you guys don't have a specific MLS. Well, I mean, you've got all these sites that you can go on. But like, if your client tells you what they're looking for, like a house, I set up a criteria and I just send them everything. You just have to constantly scour and then
We can't send it to them.
you just send them one
You
property.
send it to yourself, and then I then send it to them. Sometimes I'll bring them in, I'll say, hey, this popped up, and this is what's going on. Are you any different?
Yeah, I mean, I usually will have that conversation up front that, you know, depending on what someone's looking for, I can send you the electronic brochures that we get off of these portals.
Of course,
They're
of course.
splashed with all the listing
In here.
brokerage information, leasing brokers, so, you know, unless you have some type of a client representation agreement, which, you know, you're allowed to have, but if you don't have that and they just call the name on the brochure,
Scam you right
you
out.
just don't have any sort of way to unwind that. So, you know, that comes into how well you pre-qualify your leads and build that relationship up front. And, you know, if it's someone you've already worked with, they're probably not gonna do that, but I've had plenty of people that, you know, I send them these brochures and we've had that conversation and then I find out, you know, they're already did a
And
deal.
it's sometimes not even the client. They're like, oh, I don't wanna bother Mary right now. I know she's busy. She sent me this. So then they call that agent. The other agent's like, oh, no, Mary's my best friend. Don't worry. I'll pay her. We got this handled. And then completely scam you out of the whole deal. And your client didn't even mean to do that. Just almost like a new home track. Oh, you know what, we have a buyer broker agreement with, you know, residential. Your client walks into a new home track. The salesman, no, don't worry, we got her, yes, I'm friends with Mary, we got you. And then you're at the closing table like, no, you didn't walk them through first. Same situation. So I always look at it, call my client, say, okay, this is what we have here. I don't send out the digital brochure. I'll print out something and cross out the client. Just like I'm trying to give you an example as new homes. You don't ever send your client to a new home unless you have them registered, you have proof, this and that, because you'll go all the way to the very end, and the day you think, and you did all this work for your clients, the day you think you get paid, the new home track realtor that works for the seller will be like, no, you see the sign that says you have to, you know, be here when they first come in? That's the same thing that they do with commercial.
Yeah, I mean, it is a relationship type of real estate, a lot more than homes, because there's a lot less agents doing it, and once you've done it for a while, you start to build a good rapport with a lot of people. So, you know, I'm to the point now where if Mary is my client and she needs to go look at this office and I'm busy, I can usually call whoever that is and say, hey, look, I'm sending
Let 'em
someone
in.
over, just walk them through, and I'm not worried that I'm gonna get, you know, edged out.
Yeah, it's sort of like if you guys get on a residential deal, something happens and you don't get paid. You come running to me, and then I got to go fight the other broker, right? Or call the builder. Commercial, I ain't calling anybody. I mean, I'll make the phone call, but they're going to hang up on me. They don't give a heck. They're not going to talk to me, you know? Put Joe on the phone, or put Mary on the phone, you know? I mean, they know who I am, but they know it's residential, and they're going to try not to pay you, okay? So that's why what they're saying is so important. It really, really
What I
is.
was going to say about the MLS is when we're searching for our residential clients, we set up the MLS and then we're like, okay, what's your criteria? And it just sends them everything that matches. I think commercial, you guys constantly are scouring what's over here, what matches are, so it's not, just set it and forget it, and then the clients will let you know when they find something. You guys have to constantly be searching for
But
something.
with residential, it's not as easy anymore now that we have this new thing that came into effect last year. Now, us agents, we really have to work and call the listing agent to make sure they even broke a co-op, because there's a lot of deals that they're not even broker co-oping now. So you guys are now feeling a little bit of what commercial does. I mean, I just did a cash offer yesterday. I don't understand, I don't wanna talk about commission, but I don't understand why realtors I got counted back yesterday 1% commission. I'm just not understanding why we're hurting ourselves like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting off of commercial, that's
Yeah.
why I try to hold a paper in my hand and keep.
Exactly. Stay on track. Come on, stay in the lane, baby. Come on. Yeah.
I mean, that's the same thing with letter of intent. It's not as easy anymore for residential agents. Now they're feeling, as a buyer's agent, you now have to call and say, hey, I just wanna see if your clients are broker co-oping, and then you put it in, almost a little bit like a letter of intent, you know, putting it in, and you're letting your clients know this is what, you know, I'm asking for, you have to do the BBRA. But things are changing now, when you guys are, you know, working harder for the same situation, which is, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. The bottom line is, no matter what you're doing, short sales, residential, commercial, your number one thing is protecting your clients and getting them the best deals, no matter what you're making.
Exactly.
And a letter of intent is not binding. I mean, you could have all the terms agreed on that you want, but once that gets transferred to a purchase agreement, that's what is
Contract, you
committing.
call it, yeah.
Yeah, contract, right? Yeah.
Contract.
Yeah.
I mean, so,
Is it the same as far
Carrie,
as?
raise your hand and get called on, like we're, you know.
Let me raise it again.
Yeah, but sit tight. Let Joe finish.
no, I'm just saying, it's extra layers of work that you have to go through. You know, with the residential deal, you just go right to the offer, you write the offer, you know, that's your contract. With commercial, it sometimes goes through a few iterations of the deal before everyone comes to an agreement, and then that's your deal.
That's your deal,
And
right?
then I just wanna piggyback off of that. The RPA is a fill in the blank. There's no surprises unless you have an addendum. Once you do the letter of intent, like he just says, then now this contract comes out, and every single contract is different, and you have to read everything. Sometimes it's 300 pages long, 20 pages, 40, because they could slip one thing in there, and you just screwed your client. And you also have to say, listen, this is what I'm seeing, but I suggest you speak to your attorney. Oh, you don't have an attorney? Well, this is what I suggest you do. I looked at this, but you never, the bottom line is, every transaction that you do, you gotta protect yourself from getting sued.
I'm probably on my 15th version of a keep calling it a PSA, a purchase agreement from when I first started. 15th, 16th version of it, and I think mine is awesome.
And no two are alike.
No two are alike.
From one company, even in our company, Mary's is different than yours.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of deals where the other agent says, you want to write up the PSA, you want me to?
Yeah.
There's no hard and fast rule, and sometimes the people will say, we'll just have the attorneys do it.
Do it.
Perfect.
That's what you want. Have them do
Favorite
it.
A word.
There you go. All right, gang, what questions do you have here? All right, Carrie, go ahead, go first.
Okay, so as Joe was saying, they won't answer your phone like if someone like me called. Miriam, that's supposed to be on the panel up on the Miriam McDobbie up there, she told me recently, 5 years it took her to run to respect her and answer her calls, and now she's in it, but it took 5 years.
That's terrible.
That's what she said, for
I
them
mean,
to.
everyone's a professional.
And then also on your, it's the same thing as far as earnest money deposit on yours?
What do you mean?
On, when you're buying commercial, is it the same type of process
Well,
or
on
no?
a lease, there's no,
no.
it's just deposits, but on a purchase, you know, a lot of it is just commensurate with what the purchase price is. The deal that Patrick and I are doing, the EMD is $259,000 or something like that, because it's a
For the $10 million.
$10 million deal. So I mean, but there is no, again, there's no rule. I've had people bring me offers on multi-million-dollar listings with $10,000 in earnest money.
Well, then also Fareed said, that it can take, he's like, one time he did a deal and it was years in the making and he made a lot of money, but if he boiled down all the time spent, he didn't.
That's why I was saying the 22-month wait. It was a
Yeah.
huge commission, but when you broke it down by 22 months, it was like, working at Burger King.
Yeah, yeah.
Quick little story. When I was at Remax, the commercial guy, Chuck, I forgot his last name. You guys must know him. He had his commission was $100,000, but it was dragging on for literally 3 years. And this guy wanted to move to Florida, but he was afraid to. He said, Tim, if I leave town, they're going to rip me off, whoever the other agent was. I know they're not going to pay me. So this poor guy hung on, longer than he wanted to because he didn't trust the other agent. Even though stuff might have been in writing, he stayed with Remax another year or two to make sure he got paid. So it's crazy stuff.
We do that in residential as well, when you're at another company, because I have a lot of agents that are always trying to come to Realty One Group, and they're afraid to leave because they can't take their listings or
Not get paid.
thing with them. Like, one girl is sitting right here.
Mhm.
She's like, I have to wait till things close. So it's the same thing with commercial. I mean, with something like that, people are afraid, especially if it's a $100,000 transaction and it's 3 years.
And he also was afraid if he left Remax, maybe the broker at Remax would,
Keep the commission.
what
happened with
whatever,
Realty? They kept everyone's, checks. That's
Yeah.
why Realty One Group is so good.
that a girl. All right, question, fire,
Two
Dave, Fatima.
questions. One is, E&O, I understand is not covered, so you guys buy your own E&O, for the,
No, they're covered by our policy.
oh, they are?
Yeah.
And my,
So wait, let's answer
I
that.
thought somebody said.
So no,
you
let's
mentioned-
just answer that. So right now, there's only 5 agents that could do commercial at Realty One Group. You're not allowed to do commercial. If you're allowed to do commercial, we had to go through some vigorous, different things, prove that we're commercial agents. Now we are covered under E&O insurance. If you try to do commercial, you're not covered.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah, I did do commercial way back in California, so I have a little bit, understanding of it.
That's your broker right there.
No, I'm not
No, what-
saying to do again, I'm saying I have that. Okay, my second question, again, I know you're doing like a 10 million, 20, 30 million deal. What has been your largest check in the commercial? I need, if you can, ballpark, because it's pretty motivating,
I've had several north of 100,000.
really. Much better than residential.
That'll
But I
work.
will tell you,
I've had
that's
big in
over
residential.
30 years.
It took
So-
you 30 years to get a check?
No, I'm saying it's over a 30-year time frame. It's not all the time. It's not all the time.
It's like residential. We've all done the $100,000 home, and every now and then we get a $2 million listing, right? And we'd rather be on the $2 million side. So, Britt, what did you have?
Okay, so Joe and Mary, let's just say we get a lead. What are the questions we need to be asking these people before we send them over to you, so we're not wasting your time, like pre-screening them somewhat?
I wouldn't, if I were you, I wouldn't be asking them anything.
Yes,
Okay.
just send them
Yeah.
over, we'll ask them the right questions.
Okay. That's easy.
It is. It is.
That's that 1 to 10 rule I was saying, like a lot of times they're just not gonna end up needing anything.
Okay.
We may not know that when they think they wanna do something, but a lot of them can't.
And a lot of clients are hearing, oh my God, first time buyer, or, there's money from the government, so they want to come in and I've had it numerous times, but I help, nonprofits and veterans and stuff, they come in and they want me to do all this paperwork to get them a free $200,000 to then apply, then find them a place and all that. I'm like, here's the locations where you could apply, here's what you need to do, and once you're done with that, then come see me. I'm not gonna sit there and do I don't know if you do, but I mean, I get 1 out of 6 that want me to get them the money, apply for it, and do all this for a lease, and I'm making like $500, and it's like a 2-year situation. So I mean, I have a big heart, but I mean, I learned this year the word no, and I'm doing it.
All right, who else got some more? Anybody? Okay, Brian.
2 questions. One, have you ever dealt with clients buying through 10X, and what's that process been like? And second question is there any liability issues on your end if you have buyers of commercial properties that don't want to do like a phase 1 environmental?
10X, yes, the brokers over there are pretty cool. That's the auction site. The liability shifts quickly to them. So if people want to buy through that, they have a whole portal. They have to be registered. They have to submit all of their paperwork. On our side, that's wonderful. Then you just it's like the old days of, buying at the auction for homes. You just basically wait to get paid, and the auction house does everything.
Same thing as residential, we have the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Go to the auction.
What was the other thing? Oh, a phase 1?
Yeah.
Is there liability?
Yeah, and like on your end, like if you have a buyer, they wanna buy something, but they don't wanna start getting into phase one environmentals.
So we have disclosures that suggest these are the important things that should be done. There is no way to force someone to do that. So if someone chooses not to of their own choosing, no, we don't assume any liability that I'm aware of if someone decides not to do their own due diligence.
Sort of like if the homeowner doesn't want to do a home inspection. We have a form they're going to sign saying that you recommended they do it and how important it is, but so that relieves our liability, similar
So-
with that.
So some way you guys can understand it, let's just say someone wants to buy raw land and they wanna build a home on it, but then come to find out, like the pipeline to get power, water, electric is gonna cost $2 million when the land's only worth 200,000, right? That's kinda, I'm trying to just, so that everyone can understand. When someone wants to build a home or buy some land and you're like, oh yeah, this lot's only 50,000 or 100,000, when all the rest are 600,000, there's a reason. You can't get utilities there. And then if your client buys that and you don't disclose, hey, this is this and this is this, like, it happened to me, but I disclosed it. I says, hey, if you're looking to buy, this is gonna cost you $1.2 million. I already called on it. Yeah, we're good. And then after it closed, then they found out themselves and then they wanna try to sue me. No. Here's the paper, I told you, and, here's the situation. I mean, no one's giving away anything for free. If there's lots that are 200,000, there's lots that are 2 million, and everyone wants to buy a home, there's a reason. No one's stupid enough to sell under 1.8 million, right? Just like there's homes, like sometimes they'll buy a home as is, and there'll be a home on the block that's 200,000, another one that's 800,000. Obviously, there's something wrong with that $200,000 home, and we have to figure it out.
Gotcha. Okay. We have time for a few more questions. Anybody? Go ahead, Maria.
Why nobody wants to regulate this? It's a mess. It's just like go to the casino and play.
Well, I mean, the contracts that are written are pretty detailed. A lot of deals have attorneys involved, so while it may not be regulated the way you're describing, there is a crazy amount of detail that goes into these. So, I mean, from that end, the paperwork is really tight. And that goes to why it's so important to know what you're doing, because once you put your name on that deal, all the liability of that just goes along with it. So
And I
there's-
could, go ahead.
There's just an expectation that you know what you're doing.
So I could piggyback off of what he's saying. So if I'm buying a property and she's a seller, this seller has 4 attorneys, but I don't know what I'm doing and I have no attorneys, they're gonna know that and they're gonna screw our clients out big time. And I could go, I have so many people that I know that, that have gotten screwed because it was worth so much money and they're working for their client. So you have to make sure that you're working for your client on the other end and know what you're doing, because this is big time money.
And there is this unfortunate perception that every deal is a home run. And I've told this story a bunch of times. An agent was referred here that had a client that wanted to buy 2 restaurants at the bottom of a apartment building downtown. And this agent, in her excitement, took the RPA for a house and crossed out like 2/3 of it and then wrote in stuff for the restaurants and somehow got that in escrow.
Wow.
So,
Crazy.
it's just so-
There you go. Was that you back in 1994 or something? No? Just saying. All right.
Listen, I've never been sued. I mean, I was just in a transaction right now. What did you guys say? Oh my God, I need we were so clean. You guys just told the agent, the client, just to go pretty much.
Yeah, move on.
Move
Yeah.
on. We
Yeah.
did everything to a T. I mean, everyone's gonna always try to sue, especially in this environment. It happens all the time. I was just in a situation where someone tried, and my shit was so tight, they even said,
Yeah.
even their attorneys at Realty
Yeah.
One Group says, you could not have done this any better. And my assistant was like,
Jody was great.
Tim
Jody was
and
great.
Wendy, the number one thing we do is make sure we ain't getting sued, besides protecting our client. And we did so much for our client. Like, my client walked in with a ton of equity, got everything that they could possibly want, And they still wanted to sue. They're like, oh, we didn't know the HOA was going up $20. No one disclosed it to us.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
That's why it's really important. Jody's really good at documenting everything by hand on a folder. Okay, not just remembering stuff or trying to find the email in Gmail from 9 months ago. We all know how that's a nightmare, right? Trying to go back in your Gmail to find. She documents everything, the date, the conversation, and it was smooth. You know, the woman just said, "Okay, never mind. I'm not going to sue you." Yeah, she tried.
And they
Yeah.
now going after the
The other
agent.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they tried on me, and I everything you do, no matter what transaction, act like you go into court because they're going to sue you, right?
That's
All right, gang.
Yeah.
Who has one more question before we kick them to the curb and do some more stuff?
Questions you were going to ask us.
Yeah, you know, you covered them all already here. Yeah, you know, I mean, jeez Louise here. All right, anybody else other than Carrie? Carrie has like 7 questions. You know, go ahead, Carrie, hit them with us.
Okay, so as agents, regular agents, we're allowed to do up to 4 plexes, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then also for you guys, if you have, does the person who's buying have to have an agent, or they can just do it themselves, or a lawyer? Like, they're not represented by an agent, the buyer of commercial, correct?
No, both sides need to
Yeah.
be represented
Yeah.
by an agent. just
Okay,
like-
and then also on
Carrie,
the-
you already know all these answers. I think you just like to hear yourself.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's it.
Yeah, we don't like, just like in residential, we hate unrepresented buyers. They can't have that, I think. I don't think they will allow that to even be considered.
Oh, no, they-
You know,
they
they
have
try,
it.
but yeah, but you don't want it, is what I'm saying.
Well, the selling side loves it because they're
Right.
doing both sides, and now the buyer's not being represented. Just like if I'm a listing agent and Carrie, you're a client, and you just come up to me, I'm now doing dual agency, and it's very tricky. But you have to sign stuff. But if I'm not representing you, I'm just representing the seller. Why would anyone not want to be represented, even
That-
with a new home trap?
That, what you're describing is probably a little more common in commercial leasing.
I
So
see,
if there's a
okay.
retail center with a
They call
leasing
it-
broker, a lot of times, tenants will just go direct and say, I wanna lease that spot, and they'll just knock the deal out.
But if a property's sitting empty, a commercial whatever, is sitting empty, and the buyer's ready and has all the cash, and it still takes more than 30 days, correct? Or still?
Depends, every deal's
Does it?
different.
Yeah.
I don't know, it depends on what they're needing to have done.
Okay.
I've had some deals get done in 72 hours, and I've had
Okay.
others take a year and a
And
fucking day.
when you speak to your client, just always let them know and no matter what deal it is, I always negotiate better than what it says on the sign. And it's the same thing when you're representing your buyer or sell. I always negotiate better than what, like he just says, it's usually a lease. 1-800, call Tim, you want this, 2-month lease, whatever, it's $1,800 a month, triple net, this and that. They don't know what the hell that means, they don't know anything. I always negotiate. Then there's repairs, there's improvements that you could put in the property, even though it's a lease. The seller will pay to improve it usually. You just have to have an agent that protects you and asks for it, right?
I have a friend of mine who I've leased him, I don't know, 200,000 feet over the years. He has a big production company, and his last renewal, the landlord was not giving him anything. They just, here's the renewal, and so he called me, and we got involved and got him, I don't know, $20,000 worth of repairs
stuff.
and plumbing, this,
Yeah.
and the landlord agent said all he had to do was ask.
Right? They're not going to volunteer.
offer it, but-
Right?
The
Just,
deal I'm
yeah,
in
here's
right
some-
now downtown with the restaurant, my client got 6 months up front before it even starts. He's renovating the whole thing, including all kitchen equipment, and giving her 6 months free. But he originally, I was showing her properties, I was out of town, she went on her own, then the seller's like, nope, I'm doing it on myself, I'm not paying you this and that. So I told my friend, yeah, I'll do it, you're paying me. And when I went in, all of a sudden, I'm saving her, I don't know, like $80,000, because I got her that 6 months, I got her all the equipment, all this. So you always want to be represented, no matter what deal you're doing, commercial, residential, short sales, leasing, always be represented by a professional.
I agree.
agent.
If all I could do was leasing, that's all I would ever do. It's just
That's it, right?
Because you get paid upfront for the whole lease, whether the tenant stays in business or not. You get your whole commission
Bam.
all
Right.
upfront.
Yeah, as opposed to a purchase, which is
Well,
a little
purchase,
crazier.
At the closing,
Yeah,
if
closing,
you do
yeah.
a 5-year lease, you get paid on the value of that whole 5 years, right when it closes.
Right.
Ideally, when it
Usually.
closes.
Ideally.
But in the front end of the deal, you
Yep.
don't have to wait and get paid over 5 years.
Did you guys get something out of this today? What do you think? Pretty good stuff, right? Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Well, we'll do this again in a month, a couple of months, and then I got to kick you guys to the curb. Got to go. We got to go now. Time to move on here. Don't go anywhere yet, gang. Real quick. Where's Maria? Yes? No? Come on, Maria. Yeah, we have plenty of time. We got Rock Title coming. We got Wendy coming. We got 5 or 10 more minutes. We're good.
Just really quick, because we're doing a lot of new homes, there's a confirmation of agency form that has to be filled out for every new home when you're obviously the buyer's agent on it. Please make sure that you understand the builder is not gonna fill this form out. Okay? So anything on this side will not be filled out by the builder. You're just gonna be doing the one on the right side, or on the left side. Okay? So make sure that you get that signed, you sign it, and then your buyers sign it at the bottom, and that goes into your file. If we don't have this at closing, we can't cut checks. And this week, I try to do stuff, that comes up every week and stuff, and this is one of those things, we're holding checks for 2 agents because they're missing this one document. So make sure you get that done. And again, the builder will not complete the right side. Just go ahead and just do your side, fill it out, and upload it, okay?
And that document is on the checklist of what you need.
It's actually the first document.
Yeah, right on top.
the checklist,
Yeah, it's right on
the
top.
very top.
Yep.
So, any questions?
Easy peasy.
Yes.
Thank you, Maria. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, Heather, baby. How's Rock Title doing? No Tim Sams today, huh? That's okay. We don't need
He
him.
might be at one of the other furniture.
All right, Tim who? You know?
Hi, everybody. Let me show you a couple things here. Do you guys have Google My Business? Anyone have Google Business? No. Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I think I do. Go ahead, you can use mine.
Well, I have mine up, but if you guys, it's very easy. Back in the old days, it was super easy. You were in the Maps section in Google, and you would verify your information. They'd send you a postcard to your office, and you just punch in a code, and
Yes.
you're verified. Now it's a little more complicated, but it's still pretty easy to do. You do have to have a Gmail account, so probably most of you guys do. If not, it's easy to create. Just, you'll go in there and you just set up your own business. I have one I just recently set up for Rock Title. I had 3 of you guys give me Google reviews, so if you guys are in the room, I don't think you are, but thank you. You guys can still give me reviews.
You can do reviews, anyone who has a Gmail account.
Yes. So what we're gonna try to start doing for you, when you guys have a closing with us, we're gonna attempt to give these to your clients at closing, and it's coming from you, and it's gonna be your QR code, and for them to directly go in and give you a review. So all you need to do is you can right-click this and email this to me with your photo, logo, and I'll create this for you. I was at another meeting yesterday. If I get like 30 in one day, don't expect it the same day, because it'll take me a little bit to get through all of these on Canva. You can also right-click and do it there, but this is you just save the image and email that to me with your information.
So is this something that the escrow officer will have in the packet when they sign?
So,
kind of thing?
in theory.
In theory, yes. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna say in theory,
Yeah.
the escrow officer is gonna hand this with the notary, and when they sign at closing, they'll hand this to them. However, be proactive, because we just started this and we don't have a lot of these yet. So when you do have a closing with us, email this to the escrow officer and say, can you attach this with my file when the client goes? So it looks like it's coming from you. And hopefully they'll just go right in and give you a Google review. So you do have to be signed into your account to get this little ask for review, and you do have to be verified. So a lot of agents will start off, when I created my account, I've had the same number in Vegas for 20 some years, so I got verified in 2 seconds. A lot of people do not get verified right away. So they'll ask you to film a video of your office and send it in to get verified. You want to have your business card on there. You want to have the outside of the business with the address, photo, your workspace.
But you can't put a link, they won't allow it. You can't put a link to your business.
Okay, no link to your business.
No link on that, no,
Okay.
kick it back.
But
There
for
you
the
go.
video, it's simple. So I had somebody at the Northwest office. She kept canceling on me because she was so intimidated by this. She's like, I'll do it later. I'm gonna have someone do it for me. But you have to do it yourself. You can't have Rock Title do it. You can't have anyone else. You can't do it on, if you do it on your computer, you still have to take the video from the verification screen. And I'm not gonna show it here because I'm already verified, but it'll say get verified. And you just take your phone, film this, upload it, and it should just take a couple days. It's not a perfect system. Google's made it a lot harder. They also want you to not use this office. They want you to use your home your home address, and then hide your address because you obviously don't want the public having your address. And then for service areas, you're gonna put, you know, North Las Vegas, Centennial Hills, etc., wherever you want to work, and you guys can get that done. But this is just the most important thing. So it's again just right there.
Good stuff.
So that's it. And then we have tons of classes. I'm sure you guys know. Go to onerockstars.com. You're going to see lots of Real 2-1 trainings. You're going to see our own trainings that we have to help you guys with your business. And then one last thing. On the 30th, the last day of the month, on a Wednesday at 11 o'clock, we're going to listen to a book in here. I'm not reading it. It's going to be on Audible. And it's everything, exactly what to say for real estate agents. I read this recently, it's one of my favorite books. A lot of really good stuff, like how to master these powerful phrases to influence conversations, handle objections, and close more deals with confidence. 30 magic words. So it's really good stuff. We'll give you guys a handout at my class, so hope to see you there. And then I guess one more last thing, I lied. I'm having surgery on my foot tomorrow, so I will not be available tomorrow at all by text, by phone, by email. Customer service can still help you as needed, and I'll have an auto reply on my email for that. So, thank you.
Thank you. Hey, get me back, and we'll get out of here.
Just kidding, where are you? Here.
No, third one over. Go left, go back, revised, yeah. Nope, next one, right.
This one.
I think that's
The
it.
only one I didn't click on?
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, gang, and this is the Rock Title stuff. Upcoming events real quick. Next week we have Beezer, then we have Steve Thomas coming back one day, and then we're gonna have a Mother's Day panel. So some of you in the room that are female are gonna get an email from me to see if you wanna participate in a mother's panel. We want agents that have kids now to talk about.
What about cats?
Hmm?
What about cats?
No cats, no dogs. It's not a canine, feline kind of thing, you know, no. I took that class, I'm taking this class. These are free classes in the Northwest for the important core classes. You should take these. There's gonna be 2 more in May. Matthew's gonna come in June, July, August, do some here. So if you need the core classes for free, Matthew does a great job, okay? Rock Title brings food both times, really, really good. We got the baseball game coming up Friday, May 2nd. If you wanna go, email Mark's office, they're handling that.
And real quick, a bunch of us are trying to go to that as well, the baseball thing.
Mhm.
So we're trying to get a bunch of people together, so if you are interested, just let us know, and then we can, because I don't know if they reserve a section.
They do. Yeah, we usually get a whole section down. And usually like down the left field line or right field line, besides the seats, behind the seats is a 30 by 50 area where they put the food. It's May 2nd, Friday.
Because it's for all 4 offices.
Yeah,
Marketing.
7 o'clock probably. I think it's a night game. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock usually. Yeah, the time's not on there. It should be 7 o'clock on a Friday. That's Tim's classes. That's Rev Up. We know about these are 2 things real quick. This came out today from NAR, another consumer guide on deeds and titles. Okay, you need this stuff, guys. You should give this to your clients. They all have questions about how do I take title. If I asked you honestly, explain title insurance to me, I know some of you could, but a lot of you can't. I could, but it's confusing as hell. It says right here, what is title insurance? I would memorize as much of that as you could, and that could be your spiel. And then give them this sheet of paper to get you off the hook, okay? Because you're not a lawyer, not an escrow officer, but it's a great handout you can give them, okay? Wend, what do we got, Wend? And then we'll, no, well, it's okay. You don't have to. Okay.
Okay, so I'm back in the office. I've been for the last.
Woo!
Sorry. So I'm back as officially today. So if you guys need me, I'm always there. Again, our hours. Did you have my hours up there?
I don't think they're in here anymore. No, we should can your hours, you know?
There they are.
Oh, there they are, yes.
They are. I did see it up there. Okay, guys, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Phone, text, email, come into the office. After 5 o'clock, from 5 to 7, it is text and email only. After 7 o'clock, please. 10:30, midnight, 2 in the morning, please don't call. Please don't call or text. I still have to eat dinner, still have to make dinner, and still have to go to sleep, right? But just email, and then we will respond the next day. A lot of times I am responding to my emails in the evening, but I don't want to guarantee that. Saturdays and Sundays, 9 to 4, call, text, or email. After 4 o'clock on the weekends, I'm unavailable unless there's some major something happening. But just leave me a text or an email, and I'll get back to you. So just please be respectful on that. Same goes with Tim too, because you'll try me, then you'll try Tim, then you'll try me, then you'll try Tim, and it's over and over and over again. So just bear with us, right? We do have family that we have to
And the best is when they call me, I'll say, did you talk to Wendy? Yeah, I did already. Then why are you calling me? I mean, vice versa. Yes, exactly.
The same question. So also, so back real quick with that ballpark thing. We are trying to get a bunch of people together, but also Heather and I went to play bingo last weekend. So much fun, and we're getting a bunch of texts like, "Why didn't you invite me?" Well, it was just it was for a moment. So we are between the Summerlin and the Northwest offer trying to get a bunch of people together, and I'm thinking about getting with Red Rock and trying to do a bingo day just for like Realty One. So that might be a lot of fun. Because everybody's like, "Whoa, I wanted to go!" So
It was actually a lot more fun, but
it was
it was
electronic.
electronic, so you
Yeah.
didn't have to pay attention. But I won $100.
No, we're hoping that they can do the dollars on the paper. That was more fun. The thing was just going, and we didn't even know we were playing. But so we're gonna try and work that out. But we'll let you know. There are 3 calendars. There's the Realty One calendar, there is the Rock Title calendar, and there's the Epic Lending calendar. So they're all out there. They're on Facebook. There's a lot of classes. Do not feel like you have to go to all of them. You guys are independent contractors. You can pick and choose what you want to do, but we just throw it all out there. Anything that's in the Summerlin office, we record and put on our YouTube channel. Realty One Group Summerlin YouTube channel. So if you can't make it, always just go there and look. Usually by 5 o'clock that same day, everything is posted on there. Monday, back to basics. I am doing the seller signing process because a lot of the agents are like, I don't know what to do at signing. I encourage all of you to go to your client's signing. So this one will kind of go over what to expect when you represent the seller and what's expected of them when they can sign and all of that kind of stuff. And then next week's Tuesday Tool is going to be on the One app on your phone. So if you guys want to go, again, they're recorded and they're put on YouTube, but if you want to come to the live class, you're more than welcome to. All right, and that's all I got.
Real quick, say hello to Brian Nicholson, everybody. We got Monica, we got Gavin Smith. They made the crazy decision of joining Realty One Group. So we're so happy that you guys did. And please make sure you click on the newsletter. One Friday a month would be nice, but every Friday would be good. I had 3 people emailed me this morning that have been here for years. Hey, Tim, what time is the business meeting on Thursday? They sent me an email at 7:30. Hey, Tim, what time is the business meeting? And they've been here for a long time. I don't get it. So help me out here. Suzanne does a lot. She's on a cruise this week, but she does a lot to put that together. So click on it, especially the new guys. A lot of stuff is in there that will make your life so much easier.
Friday at 5 o'clock.
Friday at 5. It goes out 5 o'clock Friday all the time. It's like a clockwork with the girls up front. So, okay. Anybody else, anything to share? Everybody's okay? Any stuff? No? You got some good stuff from Mary and Joe today?
Yes.
Good stuff. All right, guys. Thank you all. Enjoy your day. Bum, bum, bum.